on, Mess. Hurry up, man. Come on, I think I left my sandwich in there. Oh, God, that stinks. Hurry up, man. I'm hungry.
All right, okay, well, it's fine. Don't rush me. You know I can get hemorrhoids? Jeez.
Where's it at, man? Mess, where's my sandwich?
What?
My sandwich, I left my sandwich in here. I know I did.
Oh yeah. That sandwich needs mayonnaise.
What?
No, mayonnaise.
What?
No, mayonnaise, not mayonnaise.
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 You draw trouble like an outhouse draws flies. Outhouse.
Oh, look, an indoor outhouse.
Been an outhouse that didn't stink that bad.
40 yards to the outhouse.
Most brothers be having them an outhouse.
Welcome to the Outhouse Super Show, episode 4. Woo! We are Dwarf Among Midgets, and we're gonna, I guess, every week, we'll do this thing where I'm Matty Mayonnaise, and my other co-hosts are
Messy Gravis.
And I'm McKibbles.
Because, yeah, we did it last 3 weeks, so we might as well do it for a fourth, right?
Correct.
Why
not? Yeah.
Why not? We're still doing it. We're still here, man. Why not keep doing it? This is more
That's
fun.
true. Whose phone is on? Whose phone's on?
Shit.
Turn your fucking phone off, Jesse.
My bad.
Put $1 in the jar, Messi. Put $1 in the jar.
My bad.
You made me curse. Now I have to edit that.
You
It's
owe
all your
$1.
fault.
That's going to take me hours.
I messed up the algorithm. Sorry.
Algae rhythm.
Algae rhythm.
Yeah.
It's like a rapping fish.
Yeah, it's a,
The
well,
algae-
I think that was
algae rhythm.
the new Space Jam. I accidentally had to watch. I have kids.
I hate that movie.
Yeah, did you watch it?
I did.
Oh, you were hoping for something good, right? Me too. Didn't happen.
It's not good.
But that was what's his name's character? You know, the other Iron Suit person. I'm not good with my MCU.
What?
War Machine.
Yeah, War Machine. Yeah,
The guy
I was like,
Thank
what are you
you.
talking about?
The black guy that played War Machine, or
Yeah.
got replaced Terrence Howard in the first.
I
Iron Man.
also don't MCU good.
Yeah, well, MCU's dying. As I watched the Marijuana trailer. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
MCU's
Yeah.
dying. I didn't know that until.
It made me think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it made me think.
Like, thanks, Brian Foster, for
Yeah.
giving us
Yeah,
opinions.
I thought it was
Yeah.
thriving. I was like, man,
Yeah,
MCU's whooping
but no,
ass.
Brian Foster said it, so yeah, it's dying.
I thought it was thriving. That's funny.
Could have fooled me.
I don't know. I mean, it's been on and off. I used to love the MCU stuff, but the last few years I've just been kind of like hit or miss. I don't know. Some of them I haven't even watched because I'm just like, this looks stupid.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I just think I just got bored with it. I watched so many of them. It's like everything I was watching was MCU. I started watching Roseanne.
No, I'm excited for like the Secret War stuff or Secret Invasion or whatever.
You mean the Connors?
No, I
The
mean
new
reruns of Roseanne.
Have you seen
No.
that?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I haven't.
But I
seen
need
it.
the MCU to bring in the X-Men. That's what I've been waiting on.
Ooh, but no, Fox won't get off of it, ain't it? Doesn't Fox own
Disney
it?
owns Fox now.
Oh yeah.
That's,
Disney owns everything now.
Yeah, Disney
Yeah,
bought
that's
Fox
true.
like 2 years ago. So now it's all Deadpool 3 is going to start it because they've already shown the trailer. You know, like Hugh Jackman's coming back to play Wolverine, and hopefully they do something with it. I was hoping Multiverse of Madness would do it because it's like, how did you miss that opportunity? Because remember Patrick Stewart was in it as Professor X.
Yeah.
And it's like
And they had Mr. Fantastic, the guy that played Mr. Fantastic.
but they all died. Yeah,
I know. I loved it.
But yeah, if Fox wasn't gonna come off it, they wouldn't have been in
No,
that movie.
exactly.
Jesse, come on, you're supposed to be the movie guy. No, but like, yeah. So now,
Shame.
now that they own Fox,
I don't
like,
know DC or.
I used to love DC as a kid. Like I loved Batman, and I love the DC stuff. But I never could get into the movies for some reason.
I liked the Flash movie when I was a kid. I don't think I've watched it rewatched as an adult though. And then like the Spider-Man TV show, like the original. You know,
the animated show?
Series.
Oh, yeah.
Animated series.
Spider-Man animated and like
the Batman animated series.
Batman
was
and
awesome.
Not like the live action one. That one was kind of weird, like the Hulk. Those two like live action TV shows back in the day.
Oh, the Hulk or no Thor. Remember Thor? They
I
had
don't remember that one. That was a cartoon too.
No, live action where
don't
he
remember
drank
that.
beer and stuff.
try to talk more into your mic.
Oh, sorry.
Where he drank beer and stuff.
Pardon me, Mike.
But you know the best comic book movie ever made?
Sin City.
Oh, that's good.
Oh God.
No.
Not the second one though.
Howard the Duck.
Dick,
The
Dick,
duck titties. No.
Dick
Yep.
Tracy.
Traumatizing.
Right in the beginning.
Dick Tracy.
Tick
Warren
Tracy.
Beatty and Madonna.
I haven't watched Howard the Duck since I was a kid.
I love Howard
Garfield. The best comic strip
That is
movie.
that is a
ever.
comic strip movie.
Comic strip or comic book?
comic strip.
I read them in books. I got them from the library in school. I remember.
I do. I love those Garfield books.
Like Garfield Takes the Cake and so on.
I used to have a whole bunch of those.
He's the guy that would rent Kathy books. Remember?
Not Kathy, but I read a lot of comic books. Calvin and Hobbes.
What are Kathy books?
Remember Kathy?
Calvin and Hobbes, man.
She was the other comic strip. It was Kathy, Calvin and Hobbes,
Kathy Bates.
Garfield.
I would do a comic strip with Kathy Bates where she's like breaking kneecaps, where she just like tortures James Caan, like in every strip. That would be great.
Different scenarios of how you tortures them.
Yeah, Misery, the cartoon strip. I'm down.
Yeah, different ways to torture
Yeah,
people.
definitely like Misery. I wouldn't want to go like fried green tomatoes, Kathy Bates. That'd be just too bitchy and full of estrogen.
Or Titanic.
Oh God,
Kathy Bates.
She was a nice lady there though. She's all like,
Yes.
"You're poor, but I
Yeah,
like
like,
you."
I know.
Remember that like that Netflix show she was on recently where she was the owner of a dispensary or something.
I don't know.
You didn't see that? It's like
I haven't really watched a lot of Netflix stuff lately.
I haven't watched it in a while because it got stale. But
Yeah.
that was a while back.
I watched that Run DMC documentary on Peacock. That was pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah,
that
you
was
were
really
telling me
good.
about that.
That was real good. Or was it Max? I can't remember.
No, they're all the same now.
There's so many streaming services, man. There's like I got 12 of them.
Might as well just have on-demand cable now.
But it was cool. I like watching the DMC, Daryl McDaniels, and he was like the heavy metal guy. You know, he was always like pushing for the guitars and stuff. You know, like they're like, you can't quit. You know, like he was like the white boys were yelling at him for putting, hip hop into their rock and roll, like Billy Squier and shit like that, like Rock Box and everything. And he's like, fuck that, man. He goes, I'm DMC. And when he rhymes me, he's like dissing you and shit all the time. Like, I don't give a fuck. Is it rock or not?
So what you're saying is DMC invented nu metal.
Yes, basically he did in 1982.
Yeah.
Like God, 81, 82.
Well, when did Walk This Way come out with
84?
Aerosmith?
Yeah, I mentioned
Oh
that
no,
too.
that was like 70s.
Yeah.
Well,
I know the original was not the Aerosmith version. The version with Run DMC.
J Master.
That was
J,
86, early 80s.
Yeah, it's like the crossover. After that crossover, like a lot of things changed, which we'll be talking more about the impact music has later in this podcast.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Then when did Anthrax do
Bring the Noise? That was 90s.
Yeah, that was like 91.
When was
90s.
Anthrax on Married with Children?
90s.
Yeah. I remember that. They
Male
won the MTV.
Yeah, and they just Anthrax just came in like trashed the place for a few days. They got like snowed in.
Okay, when was Anthrax in your mailbox?
Oh,
it was like 2001.
That was 89.
Oh shit! remember that craze when like everybody was freaking out about Anthrax going through the mail? Like they're like, don't open your envelopes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely like 2001, 2000, like on the Bush administration.
I think I was too young to understand if that was real or just a bunch of conspiracy.
Just a bunch of baking soda. If you find powder in the mail, it's probably good for you. Smell it.
Like who would just? I guess I haven't done the research. I don't know enough about it, and I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't old enough. I was like 14 when 9/11 happened. So like I don't understand if it's like, oh, I have this thing, it's gonna kill people, I'm gonna send it through the U.S. mail. Like
I don't know this for sure.
Thing.
I think that somebody just like, I don't know, one off tried to like send like some anthrax in the mail once to somebody high up in the office.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like the razor blade and candy bars. If it happens once, then it happens all the time everywhere.
Or they were shipping cocaine and got caught. I'm like, it's Anthrax.
Yeah, there you go.
Anthrax. That's what you're talking about.
Sir, what's that powder on your nose?
Terrorist.
That's just anthrax.
It's just anthrax.
It's a terrorist.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, damn you.
Oh my God. Edit. Oh my God.
But my brother has the best 9/11 story though, because he was in senior or junior, I think, in high school, and he was actually in world history class when that shit was happening. Like
I was in U.S. history.
Yeah, and he was world history class, and they turned on the TV, and right when the second tower hit, everyone's like, all right, probably gonna go home, like, and shit like that. And before they left, Tony raised his hand and he goes, is this gonna be on the test? It's like, yes.
I was living in a campground of America in Tennessee when it happened. I was living in a fucking camper. It was like weird watching on a little tiny TV.
Yeah,
that is.
So
that is.
It's the most kibbles thing I've ever heard.
I know. They're surviving off the land.
I was a kid, year before I met my wife.
You making moonshine?
No, but we stole tobacco out of a tobacco field and smoked it. It did not taste good. We dried it all out. It's like free cigarettes.
I need more chemicals in this tobacco.
Does tobacco ever taste good?
It doesn't
though?
taste right without arsenic in it. You know,
you gotta have the chemicals and the nicotine and the poison, the anthrax,
that's the important stuff.
Yeah,
tar.
Well, the tar is the most important thing. If like you ever blow cigarette smoke or smoke through like a napkin and how it turns yellow.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if it's not doing that to my lungs, I'm not getting my money's worth.
So you got to blow a tar.
If I'm horny enough, I'll blow anything.
Yeah.
What?
Little boy blue.
You got to blow tar into your.
Blow tar.
Yeah, blow tar into your cigarette.
That sounds like a Power Ranger villain.
That
After you pick the
it
tobacco
almost
plant,
sounds
you got to
like
blow tar.
Guar's new lead singer, Blothar.
Blow tar.
Oh, is that where he gets it?
Blow
Yeah.
tar.
He must smoke cigarettes.
blow tar.
He blow tar.
He must
Yeah.
smoke.
Blow tar. I don't know why it's weird to me.
You can't.
It's hitting my brain.
You're
a
not
little
allowed
weird.
to say that no more.
Yeah.
Blow tar.
Blowtard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Blow tard.
Blow tard. What's the reason you blow tard?
What?
Those poor whales. That's a kind of whale, I think.
Waylon Jennings?
Whale and Jennings.
Yeah. Waylon
These are my
Jennings.
friends, Whale and Jennings.
He's wearing
No, it's my friend
jeggings.
Waylon Jennings. His name's Jennings, but he's a whaler.
Yeah, jeggings.
He likes whaling. He
He's a whaler.
jeggings.
So
wears a
he's,
yellow raincoat.
wait, so he shoots whales. So he's a shooter.
Oh,
Jennings.
Shooter Jennings.
He's a straight shooter, or is he gay?
Tangent upon tangent upon
I
tangent.
think you can be gay and still be a straight shooter.
Can you? Well, bi, right?
No, you can buy shooters all day long. There's some right there at Walmart.
But what if your credit card gets declined?
Nah, you don't need a credit card. You buy those on the black web.
That's why I'm not a bisexual. My credit card gets declined.
I've been bisexual for years. That's the only way. I've been married for so long. It's the only way to get laid these days.
Bisexual.
Yeah, you can do it on a credit card. That's fine.
I'm just gonna clip
Just
that
swipe
one.
that pussy.
I'm gonna clip that one little line. Like, I'm only bisexual when my credit card declines.
Sir.
No, I have to suck penis.
No, I gotta suck dick for this.
Oh, God damn it. Ah.
They weren't even that good. But his blowjob will.
Oh.
I know all of them
Your
walking out
nachos
with
weren't
money.
good.
Yeah.
I end up walking out with
You got
So
money.
now you are
nachos.
buying sexual.
You're getting your nachos at the wrong place, motherfucker.
What?
Oh, sorry. He said the nachos aren't good.
These nuts? They nachos.
The nachos, motherfucker.
They're not worth the blowjobs that I give. That's what I'm saying.
What if you took your teeth out?
Exactly.
Shit.
My
Yeah.
secret. Don't tell my secret.
Yeah,
bro.
after his teeth was taken out, his gag reflex went out the window.
Whose cheese? Whose cheese is it? Not Joe.
Fromunda cheese.
Add the actual dingleberry.
Dingleberry.
God, these implants are sharp.
They got him. It's a dingleberry. That's crazy.
I'm too tired to blow you. You just fuck my mouth.
Christopher Walken ruined sex moves.
I couldn't get past the cheeks.
So she gets on top. She turns around. She's reversed. She's a cowboy, but it's reversed. It's crazy.
It's a man. No, I was gonna say, did you know that? Yeah, the movie True Lies. Tom Arnold was the one saying that he was gonna run for governor. Did you know that?
My favorite
In
part.
the movie?
No, off camera, like James Cameron. James Cameron said like they would talk, like craft services and and shit like that. And they're just hanging out, and Tom Arnold was like talking about running for governor in California and shit like that. And all of a sudden, Arnold's the one that did it.
Weird.
It's kind of like a Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney thing.
Yeah.
When Paul McCartney was like, "Hey, Michael, the best thing is to buy music," and Michael Jackson's like, "Yeah, that's a good idea," and then bought all the Beatles music.
You mean
know.
William Shears?
So he got his idea from Tom Arnold.
Yeah,
What you're saying.
exactly. Yeah.
Tom Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Tom Arnold started Governor.
Tom Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Tom Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I like that.
Roseanne.
Your kids need to get down. And then the Connors, like, the transgender is late for school.
Yeah, that was the idea I had where the Terminator comes back to tell Roseanne not to be racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not playing it from the apes. Don't say it.
Roseanne Connor.
Is John Connor here?
Yeah.
No, it's John Connor's cousin, Roseanne Connor. Tell your cousin, stop being racist. Nah.
Tell the bitch is not white.
They're going to steal her show.
They're going to cancel you.
Yeah, and play
Too
the
racist.
Connors. You play the Connors clip. Roseanne's like, no. They blackball you. You down. You marry Tom Arnold.
I remember we originally talked about that. We wanted to do that as a skit.
I forgot that was funny. Yeah, it's John Connor. Excuse me, it's John Connor.
If the Connor residents. I flew all the way here from California.
I'm selling Bibles and giving future advice. Do you know your Lord Jesus Christ? The Jehovah's Witness too.
So stupid. It'd be a really hard skit to do, but it's funny to talk about on a podcast.
Yeah.
Since we don't have the resources to make it into a skit.
That would be funny.
Well, I'm
funny.
sure Arnold Schwarzenegger would be down for that.
Yeah.
Hey, we're three guys in Kokomo, Indiana, where Ryan White was. You were here once. Come on.
Yeah, it's Dan. Yeah, Dan and Roseanne, the cousin and sister-in-law of John Connor. Dan and Roseanne. And if you look in Terminator, you see like the phone book. It says Dan and Roseanne.
We're gonna let our cousin John and his friend stay over. It's the Terminator. Because I'm gonna stay upstairs in the bedroom.
What's wrong with Wolfie?
They help him with his problems. I'm starting to rust.
Yeah. He's like, trust me, I'm from the future. There's gonna be plenty fish in the sea. She may break your heart now, but don't worry. Go to the prom. You won't regret it.
Next time on Roseanne.
The Connors.
They already had Batman on there.
Michael Keaton?
No, George Clooney. Horrible Batman.
Even Katie Seagal. Katie Seagal couldn't save that show still because they're on the new Connors.
I only watched the first episode.
Katie Seagal's in it now. She's the Dan Connor love interest now.
Peg.
Weird.
Yeah.
They got rid of Roseanne and put her with the other 90s horrible mother.
I loved her in Sands of Anarchy, though. She was good in Sands of Anarchy.
Peggy was hot, though.
I love Peggy. That was one of my first crushes.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody's talking about Kelly, and you're like, nah, Peggy.
Yeah,
man.
Peggy, dude. And she could peg you. Oh, wait, what?
I think my first. Do you guys remember Unhappily Ever After?
Yeah, the rip off of it.
No.
It's a rip off of Married with Children and Alf.
That puppet bunny in the basement.
Yeah, it's
that
Alf
that was
and
my
Married with
first
Children.
crush. My first crush, or maybe Alf. Those are my two first
I was gonna say
crushes.
Alf is your first crush because that.
Well, Blossom.
'Cause he beat
I just
you
love the
pussy.
way Joey was like, "Whoa," you know.
I like Six. Six was hot. Six was hot, and Blossom, her
Yeah.
friend. Like, I didn't think Blossom was that hot.
6 was like 14. You're sick.
So was he at the time, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
explaining this the other day. I was like,
exactly.
I know I had a big crush on Anna Chumsley from My Girl. Yeah, like I had the TV.
Really? That
yeah.
goofy mouth bitch?
When I was her age, I felt so bad for her. She had to watch Macaulay Culkin die from bees.
She didn't watch him. She set him up
Oh
to
yeah, I
die.
forgot. Well, her and the bees were in cahoots the whole time. It was a whole fucking money laundering thing with honey.
That was a sad scene, though. You can't see without his glasses. You can't see without his glasses. You can't see. I was like, turn the channel.
and Kibble's just like,
And they're all playing with his dead body in her basement and shit. It's like, oh my god, that's so fucked up.
Remember the second one?
what?
There was a second
Well, yeah,
one.
she
I never
goes
saw the
and,
second one.
and
I
like
saw the I remember
she goes and like meets Devon Sawa or something out in California.
Devin
and
Sawa
that's
was in every movie back then.
No, it's that kid in
Casper.
Last Action Hero.
Yeah, that's the kid.
The kid in Last Action
yeah.
Hero.
I guess it's-
whatever
Yeah,
his
Devin
name
Sawa was the one in the Stand video.
Casper at
was
the
Casper
end.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
He was also in Slackers. Nobody's remember that movie.
Junior. He was in
remember
Little
Slackers.
Giants. He was
Yeah, he was in
Junior.
Little Giants.
Yeah,
He
he
was.
was.
And Idle Hands.
I remember Little Giants. That's another one, man. That's Tom Arnold.
Oh, whose
and
phone is
Rick
that?
Moranis.
Not mine.
Oh,
It's
$500.
It's vibrating. It's fine. You need it?
Yeah.
You gotta answer it.
no.
Not important.
I do kind of.
So the guy from Idle Hands is the same guy on Final Destination, right? Yeah, it's the same kid.
Maybe. Go answer it. It's fine. Who cares?
Oh, yeah.
So I was explaining this the other day.
Yeah.
We'll do it without him.
If you're
It's
the
fine.
same age, yeah, you can jerk off to a 14-year-old if you're 14.
I'm not going to use it now because he's talking in here. I thought he was going to go in the other room, but it's okay. It's fine. We'll just give a minute. We got 30 minutes on the camera, so. I was explaining that to the other day. We were watching Jungle to Jungle. You remember that movie with Tim Allen? He's got the kid that's like
yeah.
on the little island and
yeah.
stuff.
JTT, right?
No, it's not JT. It's
No, it's just like
a kid
a
that
long.
looks like him.
It's a long-haired kid.
Long-haired
It's not some
JTT,
long-haired
yeah.
kid. Yeah, long-haired JTT. I love that. And they bring him to New York.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, he's like out in the building, like skyscraper.
Yeah.
So it's like a Jungle Book story.
Martin Short.
kind of. Yeah, Martin Short's in
Short.
it. Yeah, he's the friend, and he's hilarious.
Yeah, and he's trying to fuck Martin Short's daughter.
Yeah, yes. That's what we were talking about. So I was talking about I said, yeah, I had a crush on that chick when I first saw this movie. You know, that little girl.
Okay.
And Courtney's like, that's fucking gross. And I'm like, I was like younger than her. What are you talking about? Like, just because, like, I don't have a crush on her now. I mean, I haven't seen her now, so I don't know. Exactly. But I don't have a crush on her in that movie now. But when I was 10, it was okay to have a crush on another 10-year-old, right?
Yeah, it's not okay to go back to those same movies and beat it though.
That's true. Damn it. No, I'm just kidding.
I found that out when they brought Wizard of Oz back into the theaters.
Let's just say I started rewatching Full House again.
It's like, okay, Judy Garland's like 100 now, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but she was like 15 in the movie, right?
Was she? I don't know.
Wizard of Oz? I thought she was like 30, playing like a 15-year-old.
She was not Melissa
Maybe, I don't
Joan
know.
Hart. That was Clarissa Explains It All, Jesse.
Oh yeah,
That was everybody in the 90s.
Yeah.
They were all like
30 playing high school.
yeah.
High school. Well, that's like in the 80s too.
Look at
Like-
Grease. Those guys are like 40. They all played high school.
Well, that was a play, so they can get
Well,
away
that
with
was
that
a
one.
movie.
But
Yeah.
it was always funny to me because
It was
like,
a Broadway play before a movie, so they can get away with it.
That's true.
basically.
You know, it was also like in axles and like in door hinges and other things that needed it before that. Grease.
Also at KFC,
It took me a minute.
McDonald's has
Fryers.
it.
And Grease.
Burger
Fryers
King has
has had it
it.
for a long
Burger
time.
King has Grease.
Yeah, I'm pretty-
George McFly's hair.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
also
yeah.
made a second one. You watched the second
That was
one?
1955,
Grease?
so that was
Grease
way
2?
before Grease.
Wasn't that like 1996 or something?
No,
it was old school.
Michelle Pfeiffer's first movie.
Really?
Yeah.
There's famous people in it, but different ones.
Yeah,
Like before
Shooter,
Scarface even?
Shooter McGavin. Yeah, way before Scarface. Shooter McGavin's
yeah.
in it.
I
Christopher
forgot.
McDonald.
I thought Scarface was her first movie.
No, that was a because she had to sing. And
It was
dance.
just her first movie that mattered.
True. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, nobody thought.
I don't know. Google it.
Grease 2.
Google it.
Let me Google it.
Yeah, Google it. Michelle Pfeiffer's first movie.
But see,
no-
like, no, I always thought it was funny too because
Batman
like
Returns.
There's a bad guy in that movie which I love, and he has like a acne all in his fucked up face, and they all go easy crater face.
Oh God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Molly.
I know, and I always thought about that guy, and I was like, man, you know what if he goes home and like he gets beat by his dad, you know, and he's like worried about his acne, you know, no one cares, but and he tries to be cool. That's why he, you know, lashes out, picks on the T-birds.
Okay, so Grease 2 was 1982. Scarface was in 1983. So yeah,
Boom!
1 year before. But also 1, 2, 3.
Oh, she did more
4, 5,
movies than
6,
that.
7,
Jesus
8, 9.
Christ.
So it was not her first.
Not her
Dude, she had
first.
like 12 movies in before that.
How much was porn?
I don't know.
What was her first movie?
First one's called Delta House from
Now look up-
1979.
Now, what was Sylvester Stallone's first movie?
That was a porno.
Rocky,
the
wasn't
Italian
it?
Stallion. Seriously.
Oh,
You didn't know
They
this?
did a sound for it. And his brother did music for it or something.
I don't know.
It
Maybe.
was something weird like that.
I would have loved to do the score for that movie.
You're the movie guy. You didn't know about that?
I remember hearing about it, but I thought it was like a rumor.
No, it was
real.
for real. Let me see here.
I thought he had tried to scrub it from the internet.
Look at my IMDb.
Slides like
We should
this.
rescore and just do the
That's
final
rich.
countdown for the whole thing, and then the dun 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 dun. Dun. He's just fucking some.
What was
bitch.
your favorite Rocky?
My Bullwinkle.
Oh, it's not on here now. So
I'm
he
gonna say
did.
Maya Villa. You beat me to it. You son of a bitch.
He did scrub it though.
Did he scrub it?
It's not on
Okay.
IMDb.
Okay, if
It
we're
was a
doing-
thing though. I remember
Okay,
looking
I
it
thought,
up.
I thought it was a rumor.
I'll do my top 5 Rockies right now. Okay, Rocky and Bullwinkle, Rocky Road,
Villa. Yeah.
Rocky Road.
Yeah. Rocky Maya Villa.
Rocky Maivia,
Rocky Raccoon.
the Rocky Road
Rocky
to Dublin,
Raccoon.
Yeah.
and then probably Rocky, this crackhead I knew that was homeless who lived in down the street when I was a kid.
What about Rocky Raccoon?
Well, no, man.
Beatles?
No. Paul McCartney wrote that song and William Shear stole it. I'm done with this shit.
Well, wait, no. The title of it's different. It's not the Italian Stallion. That's what his name was in the movie.
Oh, that's weird.
It was called.
Pork salad.
Mr. Red goes to the bank.
For the first time, I'm afraid. Okay, I'm afraid.
Adrian!
And when I found out Mick was Jewish, I go weird.
The Party at Kitty and Studs. That's what it's called.
The party. At
Ooh,
Kitty's
the
Done.
party at
1970.
Kitty and Stud. Everyone picture keys in
Listen.
a fishbowl.
And
Okay, here's the synopsis. Kitty and Stud are lovers. They enjoy a robust sex life, which includes fellatio and light S&M.
as you do.
Specifically, Stud belt whipping Kitty. 3 women come over for a party and Stud services them, one after the other. That's
nice.
Sylvester Stallone's first
Nice.
movie.
Ghost
Does it have his brother do anything about soundtrack or anything?
I don't know whose brother.
His brother's a good. What? Frank Stallone?
Frank Stallone?
Frank?
He has a brother?
Yeah, he does
He like-
music.
He
He's
has
a
like
good-
an English accent.
There is a Frank in the movie, but
Yeah, I think that's where I remember. I think he did music and shit.
this is
with
Frank
it.
Frank Maselli. There's only
Maselli.
7 people credited in this movie.
Weird.
It's a low budget as fuck.
There's probably only 7
It's
people
funny.
involved.
It says the genres are comedy, drama, and romance.
It's true though.
So
Comedy is the number one bill. We should watch it.
Exactly. It's
what's funny
hilarious.
about it?
Let's watch it and critique it.
The plot.
It
Everything.
takes him like a minute and a half to get hard in the beginning or something. He's like talking to it,
You know that's how Ravishing Rick Rude actually died.
talking to his penis.
Penis injections.
Nice.
He was trying to get it bigger.
I was gonna die of penis rejection.
This isn't even. It's not even softcore though. It even says that there's like penetration that can be seen and stuff.
Brutal.
Like, so Sylvester Stallone was a porn star.
Nice.
Yeah, for real.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Rocky?
The Party at Kitty and Studs.
That's the prequel.
The prequel, yeah.
The Rocky.
You seen
Like,
the-
he's a struggling boxer just trying to get through.
Yeah, just trying to get through and make money.
You seen
He
the
gets
third
punched
one,
in the
right?
face at day.
Oh, yeah.
and
You
fucks
see the
at
third
night.
one where Mickey dies?
Yeah.
You know they never take him to the hospital. They just let him die in the fucking back.
Yeah.
Because he has like a heart attack like while he's fighting. And instead of taking him to the hospital, he just take him in the back
I
and lay
changed
him
my
down.
mind. My favorite Rocky is Sidekicks with Chuck Norris. Remember that movie?
That was Barry Wary.
No.
Yeah, they're like
I don't
the-
remember
well,
that
like
at all.
Barry Wary.
From the kid from Never Ending
Jonathan
Story.
Brandis.
The kid from Never
Jonathan
Sebastian
Brandis.
from Never Ending Story and Chuck Norris. Like he keeps daydreaming. He's like fighting with Chuck Norris everywhere.
It's a good movie. You never seen
It's a good movie?
Sidekicks?
I've never seen
It's
it.
a good movie.
Never seen it.
Well, it's Joe Piscopo is the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a whole thing in the whole movie where he keeps calling out like Chuck Norris. It's like Chuck Norris. He's like, I beat him. Yeah.
So Chuck Norris plays himself?
Yes.
Nice.
Because like the kid keeps envisioning himself. He's a dreamer. This is Jonathan Brandis. He always has these.
The 90s?
Oh yeah. It's
Oh,
before
I have
Jonathan-
seen.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember.
Very
Okay,
90s.
dreaming. I remember him dreaming, and Chuck Norris like shows up or
Yes,
something in his
yeah,
dream.
Yeah, he's a bunch
Yeah,
of
like in a
daydreams
bunch of
a
different
lot.
dreams, and then he ends up fighting with him at the end.
Maybe,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
maybe it's,
At the real
it's another
karate.
one of those ones. You guys have
Yes.
opened my mind up, like stuff that I forgot about.
Yeah, dude, I love
think
that.
that
movie.
does sound familiar.
It's one of my favorite movies.
That's my favorite Rocky.
I think it's for free. How's it Rocky?
Because he does like the same what are those
Montage?
Yeah, the same montages of him running
Like,
down the street
what?
and freaking getting
Every
ready
movie
for the
does a
fight. Yeah, but
every
it's
good movie.
just like you remind me of that. Just remind me of Rocky, and Rocky sucked.
What? Yeah,
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, so he's
Come at
like
me, bro.
bullied, and he fantasized about
Yes.
being Chuck Norris's
Yes.
side. I 100% remember
Yeah,
this
it's a
movie.
good
Holy
movie.
shit!
It's a good movie.
That was one in the back
Joe
of my mind that I
Piscopo
completely
is
forgot
the
about.
best in that
Yeah.
movie because he's always the bad guy in all of the
All the Rockies?
Rocky's got worse this time.
And all the montages.
It's almost like how a boxer goes. Like, so the first one was pretty good, right? But then the second one's like he got hit in the head, is a little dumber. Then the third one,
Third
got
one's
hit
the
in head a little
best.
more.
Third one's the best. I like the third one.
with Mr. T.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want a man?
But he was the star of that. Sylvester Stallone's voice even got more slurred.
Yeah, that's the first time I'm afraid. That's what it came out.
I was in 8 Rockies.
And that's the thing. They let Mickey die in the back. Like they didn't give a shit. They just let the old man die, have a heart attack in the back.
I'll need to watch them again to rank them because it's been a long time since
Yeah.
I've
It's
seen
like
them.
we have to-
that part in Spaceballs, they even made fun of him. Pongo's review of Rocky 5000.
Yes.
Well, now they're called Creed.
Yeah.
I thought, what?
Yeah, the new
Apollo
Rockies are
Creed's
Creed
kid.
now. Yeah, it's Apollo. He took on the. That's the new Rockies now.
I haven't watched any of those.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah,
No,
they're not bad.
Did you watch the new Roadhouse though? With
No,
Jake
I've seen the
Gyllenhaal?
trailer. I saw the
trailer. Looked pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
saw the trailer.
It had
Is it out already?
Yeah, it's on.
Does he kick
Prime or
somebody's head
something.
off?
Really? Ooh, I might have to watch.
I thought
it.
about watching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he kick somebody's head off?
Has to.
Probably.
No, he has to be like I used to get like that in prison. Remember that?
fucking,
That's the best scene in that movie.
What's his name's in it? He's the bad guy. He's one of the bad guys. The fucking MMA guy. The Irish dude. What the fuck's his name?
yeah, Connor.
Yeah, Conor McGregor. Yeah, he's in it. But Jake Gyllenhaal looks jacked. Like it's
John
ridiculous.
Connor
So is
McGregor.
Jake Gyllenhaal he's the burner? He's the burner.
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
he shows up because I think he's like from what I can tell, he's like a former UFC guy. Like he's like super like heavyweight guy or a champion guy. And then they're like, oh, we got this bar. And like a lot of rough people come in.
Oh yeah.
So he shows up. Yeah, he's the
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you ever
Comes
the
in.
original is weird because there's a whole international data pool of bouncers.
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
Society.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we
A
should.
secret society of
Well,
bouncers?
no, it's not secret. It's
They all
out
meet
there.
in a bounce house.
Underground society.
Yeah,
Bounce
underground.
house.
But I'm saying we should do a skit. We should do a skit.
Welcome to the fraternity of bouncers.
about bring your own oxygen.
And you're really filled with hot air today.
No, we should do a skit where we go visit the pool of bouncers to find a cooler. It's like, how are you good? Are you at ripping throats out?
Answer this questionnaire.
Let's say there's a guy a size like a Terry Funk size. And he comes at you. What do you do?
All right, same question. Terry Crews. Now what do you do?
Close your eyes. Imagine if he's white.
Same thing. Sherry and Terry from The Simpsons. Go.
The sisters.
Simpsons.
I know the sisters.
Yeah, the sisters. Yeah.
Just punch him in the lungs and it'll be all right.
No, that's Patty and
Krusty.
Selma.
That's Krusty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Or Patty
it's
and
the little
Selma.
twins. Those kids. Are
Oh, yeah.
like the Shining girls.
Yeah.
They're like the creepy twins.
Oh yeah.
I have
forgot
not.
about
Yeah,
that.
I've
Pigtails,
been out of
right?
The Simpsons for a long time.
Yeah.
It's ingrained in my mind from childhood. It's like
It's still running. That's insane to me that it's still
I know.
going.
I'm not familiar with anything new, but like all them old episodes up to like season 110 or something.
Yeah, I think they're at like what season 40 now or
Yeah, they're
something.
like season
Yeah.
42
That's
or something.
insane.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, and the
It's been running more than I've been alive.
my brother made a good point too. Why I watch wrestling a lot because he goes that show never been canceled. He goes wrestling. He goes that's why you love it so much because that's something you can invest in and it'll never be
well,
canceled.
they have
Came pretty close.
They have
I
something
know.
other places
Well,
can't.
no, it'll still mold to something else. AEW, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll go
it
somewhere
won't
else.
get canceled because they can just cancel the wrestlers like they've been doing.
And
Yeah.
they cut Brock Lesnar out of
Yeah,
the
he's
WrestleMania
gone.
stuff
Yep.
and out of the video game and everything.
Yeah,
It's insane.
he was pooping on people too, probably.
Probably. Ugh.
Yeah,
Imagine
Brock
this shit.
broccoli shit.
Vince McMahon probably had a dildo named Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I'm
He did.
sure
You know he did.
100%.
Don't make me bring
It's
out
probably
the
his
Brock.
favorite
Don't
too.
make me bring out the
And then he
Brock.
had Paul Heyman next to it, like following him around. He was like, no,
Hey, yeah.
Paul Heyman's got to go in the butt. This one's in there.
He'll go, my name is Paul Heyman.
You need to watch the. You need to watch the Yokozuna. It's stinky.
Oh God.
Cream of the crop.
More wrestling talk. All right. It should just be a wrestling movie podcast. That's all we talk about.
I can't wait to start shooting some movies, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, we
We gotta do Fernando.
I was telling Annie and Jessica about Shadow Band because Annie wants to be in some movies.
Nice.
So I was like, it's like you probably like Shadow Band. That'd be
Yeah.
a fun one to be because it's like she likes goofy horror and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're gonna go over the top.
Can we
with that
slaughter
one.
her? Can we
Yeah.
slaughter her?
Yeah.
Cut her up?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a
Shadow Band would be
slasher
good.
thing on
Nice.
the woods. It'd be
Yeah,
fun.
it's a slasher in the woods.
We're like leaking a bunch of stuff. Yeah, there's some movies coming. We're gonna make some movies.
I just can't wait to start shooting it and tell you all the stupid shit Kibble did on set.
Yeah.
And the shit I said that got us in trouble.
We'll have to air some behind the scenes stuff on the podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Behind
What did we
the
shoot this week?
Schemes.
We're gonna be too busy, man. We're not gonna have time.
I
It's gonna
know.
be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
We're gonna have to
Podcast-
quit our jobs and sell drugs.
The podcast is
to
gonna go
do
to shit
this.
when we start shooting these movies.
Especially if you start making money off movies and podcasts, get even busier.
I don't know if anybody's ever gonna pay us for our movies, but
No,
People in Europe, Japan.
that's true.
he's talking about the money we make off of drug dealing while we're making movies. I was wondering why it still said 6 minutes.
Hey, Kibbles, look in the camera real quick and say, "We'll be right back after this."
We'll be right back right after this.
Okay, there we go. Has this ever happened to you? Are you a fucking dumb shit? New t-shirts from all your favorite bands at shopouthouse.com. Cleans up 69% more spills than other band shirts. Now that's clean. Annoying girlfriend? No problem. Shut up, bitch. Shopouthouse.com. Friend's leg fall off? That's a cinch. Wordplay. Shopouthouse.com. Apply directly to the kneecap. Make sure to go to shopouthouse.com today and get yours. And we're back.
Back again.
Back again, yes.
Hey guys,
So,
forgot to put my
oh yeah, I forgot to the headphones on too.
We're all dumb.
I was wondering why I couldn't hear you. So why can't I hear you?
We're a little off today.
Yeah, sorry.
So, anyways, we are back here at the Outhouse Super Show, episode 4.
Woo!
And we have another segment this week. If you watched the last week, we have another version of that segment. It's called
The cream of the crop!
Yes, I meant this right.
And so the cream of the crop. It's going to be top 5. Nobody gave us any categories.
Yeah.
Nobody in the comments. So anyway, no,
Assholes.
we came up with our own. So this week we're going to do, what is it? Top 5 albums of the 90s.
Yes.
So they're music music albums. So basically, our top favorite / are the best that we think are the best.
So Kibbles,
We're
rock
doing.
paper.
Wait, no. We're doing music albums.
Yeah.
I brought 5 photo albums
Oh shit.
from the '90s when I
Yeah.
was a kid. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
It's like,
We'll judge all your pictures.
my girl,
Yeah.
my girl's in there.
Wow,
It's got his glasses.
is that your aunt or
So
something?
Kibbles was really bad at rock paper scissors, which by the way, who calls it paper rock scissors?
I know
anyway?
it was my dyslexic brain.
Yeah.
Because I always say rock paper scissors.
Well,
but my
no,
dyslexic
I
brain.
thought you had. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard him say it like that until
it's like cola and soda in different parts. You know,
Yeah,
some
it's
people play rock paper scissors, some
dyslexia.
people play paper rock scissors, some play scissors paper rock. It's it's wherever you're from.
I play nuclear bomb boot cockroach.
See,
That's what it was.
he
Yeah,
was one of those guys.
dork kids that did
Yeah,
that.
we were just talking about that.
Yeah, the boot beats the cockroach.
Yeah, the
cockroach
dog-
beats
yeah,
the atomic
yeah, I
bomb, and the
remember
atomic
that.
bomb beats the boot.
Yeah, I remember that.
You gotta go.
Yeah, that stupid thing. And then,
There's this one, AIDS.
oh shit, flatline.
Does AIDS beat atomic bomb? I don't know.
Well, probably not as quick.
Anyway, so this week instead of doing rock paper scissors or paper rock scissors, we're gonna do
Draw yarns.
we're gonna draw yarn.
Yarn.
So these are pieces of
People still gonna fuck it up.
the creepypasta, not actually off of him, but we had some extra.
Or was
so
it?
one of these is shorter. So you see here, these two are the same
I
length.
can see.
There is one that is shorter. I'm gonna mix them up in my hands, and I'm gonna have you guys grab two, and whoever grabs the short's going first, and then we'll just go in clockwise.
Yep.
Yeah, that way. Yeah, this thing is yarning all over me. What the hell?
Giga
Haha, yeah, baby. Let me yarn all over you.
All right, who wants to pull
Here, I'll
first?
pull.
Kibbles is closer.
Pull first.
Come on.
Pull one.
Long. Yeah.
Wait, is that the long one?
Yeah, it's a long,
I can't
baby.
tell without contrast.
I can. Well, we'll just hold them out and we'll measure each length afterwards, like we did before the show.
Flaccid.
I don't know why you say, "Oh, like, do we
Well,
want to go first? Or do we want to go last?"
Wait,
I don't know.
let me
I
get it
wanna go
hard and
first.
straight. I mean straight.
Don't
Make sure there's blood flow.
Kibbles, don't grab it from the base.
If you're gonna do that, cup it gently. All right, Jesse, grab one.
Oh, you got the short straw.
Did he?
Yep. Yeah, the shortest one.
All right, so you are going first. Did
Yes.
you go first
Again, last time.
All right. So actually, it's gonna be the same order again. It's gonna be you, Kibbles. Then
Well, we can
me.
go
So
counterclockwise so we can change it up. You go the other way.
We already
Yeah.
made the decision though.
Okay, we already made the incision.
I'm just kidding.
That's
No,
why
we can go the other way.
Okay,
That's fine. We'll go counterclockwise just so it's not the exact
Yeah,
same.
that way I
last
can
week.
change mine if mine suck. Go on.
Yeah,
Hey.
make sure Kibbles. It's 5.
Yeah, I know.
Remember?
Hey.
Well, you said maybe we should do 6, so because there's top 5
Oh, don't
everything
blame
else.
him. Don't
And then
blame
I
him.
wrote down 6, and
my
then
fault.
we took it to 5.
It's just so funny to me as I was editing it. You're like, no, we never even did number 2. I'm like,
Yeah, we
we
did.
did.
Yeah,
You're like,
we
wait a
did.
minute.
I
I didn't realize it in the.
I
in the
like
moment.
comedy so much. I wanted to do 6.
I know. Well, this week I have honorable mentions written down this week, so I don't know if you guys wrote those down, but
I'll have
this was,
some. I have some on the top of my head.
It was a very difficult thing. I know we all love the 90s. We all love music, and the 90s was like, in my opinion, like the best decade for
the
music.
first one. I'll get off the bat that wasn't on my list. I want to give a mention was Astro Creep by White Zombie.
Okay, yeah.
That's the one. Oh my god, it kept going in and out of my list. I'm like, God, if it was top 10, they'd be definitely my top 10. But all right, Kibbles, I need you to do the Kool-Aid sound effect for me real quick.
Oh yeah!
There, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh, would you like some Kool-Aid? Oh
right.
yeah!
So 5,
Number 5.
Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little
Oh
Pill.
shit! I did not expect you to put
shit.
that on there.
Me
You know?
either.
Yeah, I'm saying I
very
love that
interesting.
album.
It was-
it's like, and Taylor on drums.
Yeah,
from
of
the Foo
course.
Fighters.
Yeah.
You know,
the
rest
whole
in
thing.
peace.
Dave Navarro played guitar on
Exactly.
it. Flea played bass.
Yeah.
Like it's fantastic. It's a
Like,
great album.
I remember
Every song on there is amazing.
I remember my family reunion in Missouri hunting frogs to cook frog legs to Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah.
Jagged Little Pill. Like that's how far back that goes. Every time I hear it, I have like flashbacks of Missouri and shit in my head.
For me, growing up, like my mom, I remember her. I think looking back on it now, I think she related to it because I think my dad was like cheating on her. And stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But like it was
She just pissed off.
I just
kid.
remember like
Yeah.
she'd be cleaning the house and just that album just blaring and stuff. Yeah, and I'm
see,
just like,
I love Lynn.
Yeah.
Lynn's good for that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole.
Good one.
It's a great freaking album though. Like there's people like watching now. They're like anybody that knows our music. They're like that's the first album mentioned.
Yeah,
Alanis
Hey,
Morissette.
it is a good album.
We all
man.
love that album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
it's
be this
fantastic.
messed up, you gotta have roots somewhere.
I saw it last year or the year before. We went to
Oh, yeah.
the Jagged Little Pill 20th
I wanted to go
anniversary.
to that,
It was a
but
great
yeah.
show. Yeah, she played the whole album
word.
front to back. It was fantastic.
Okay,
That's
number
my queen.
4. Never
4.
get high on your own supply. Or,
Yeah.
No, it's a Sublime self-titled.
Self-titled, okay.
On my number 4, because I I was the time where I was learning Rage Against the Machine and Sublime on drums at that time, and I remember playing a lot of Sublime on drums. And every house I went to, every kid had that album.
Right.
Like everywhere you looked, you're like, oh, there's that Sublime tattoo on his back.
It was huge. It was gigantic.
Everywhere.
It came out right after Brad died.
Yeah.
It's like it's insane to me that like he never got to experience that success. Like, I mean, they were still successful, but like nowhere near what that album was.
They blew up after that. Yeah.
Exactly. Like 40 Ounce is like it's a lot of people's favorites, like, you know, Sublime fans, like, because they're like, oh, they're just the ones too mainstream.
They were more hungry.
Played.
Yeah, they were hungry.
Which is a great album too, but like the whole thing is like it never blew up like it did. And I don't know, maybe his death had something to do with it, you know, kind of like In Utero, you know, like I don't know. I don't know.
True.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 3, Metallica, Black Album.
Yeah.
Black Album.
No, that was the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
1991.
91.
I was 11 or almost 10.
Starting off the
9 years
90s,
old.
right?
That's
I was
controversial.
9 years old.
But it's a great
Black Album.
That is one of the best produced albums of all time. The sounds in that album are just so thick, and like the guitars and the drums, everything hits so freaking hard.
First I saw the Sandman video with my cousin Jeremy, you know, and he goes, "Oh, you like that?" And that's when I first heard Battery. Because that was the first album I heard. Because I saw Sandman. Because I was like, Jeremy, play me that Sandman song. You know, I'm like 9 years old. I'm 9 years old. I'm 9 years old. I'm like, play me the Sandman song. And he's like, no. Here, play this Battery. You know, Master of Puppets. And I was like, what? This is heavy metal. You know, I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, so if it wasn't for the Black Album, I wouldn't have got Master of Puppets.
A lot of people hated the Black Album at the time because, you know, they sold out or whatever.
It was so mainstream.
They didn't even cut their hair yet. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm like,
until it sleeps.
Every song on that record.
You listen to that record now.
Too.
It's so good. Yeah. It's like, I mean,
it was good song content. Even this what they were talking about.
Right. Enter Sandman's overplayed, but like it's a good song. But the whole album is just so damn good.
I May Roam.
Yeah, it's packed. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Everywhere.
Nothing else matters.
The thing that should not be.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's
that's not. That's
Master Puppets. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, Master Puppets is my favorite Metallica.
The Rainbow Connection. Oh wait, that was Kermit.
Yeah,
that's a puppet. Oh.
Yeah,
Master Puppets is my favorite album, but the Black Album I think is the best produced Metallica album.
Yes,
it just sounds so like the bass. You can hear the bass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you could hear the bass on Justice, it would probably be the
maybe
best
that's why I like it because it is the most polished. You know,
it's so good,
and that's
the drum sounds. It makes Lars.
Because I always go back to like Holier Than Thou.
Oh, Holier Than Thou.
Holier Than Thou. That's what I was thinking.
And if that's 90s, that's like really sets a tone for the 90s too. Like bring it in with the bang. This is what it's going to be. Guys.
I remember seeing it on the Hit Parader, good magazine.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was on the cover. It said Metallica didn't go number 1. Number 1 came to Metallica.
That's true.
It was because in the 80s and shit, you know, like it was true. Like Master Puppets, they're the most underground metal band ever. Couldn't get number 1, and then eventually they kind of changed their sound a little bit. You know, like sound like Guns N' Roses.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
No, they were recording in the same time.
Yeah.
And I remember Lars even saying because when he did that stupid Sandman beat, he was basically doing "Welcome to the Jungle," like his version of it. Because they're like, we need something to build up. Because he just heard "Welcome to the Jungle" down the recording studio. Because they were recording at the same exact time, and that's an influence of Metallica to kind of. Because I think "Holier Than Thou" was the first song they recorded, and that was more fucking Metallica. And they were like, whoa, wait a minute. Bob Rock's like, hey, sound like that a little more. Slow it down a little bit. Yeah, slow it down.
If you want to make it big, boys.
Yeah, do it like them. They're selling out. And ironically, they went on tour and fucked everything up.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Number 2. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power.
Vulgar Display, yeah.
Because that's all 90s through me, like early and late. That and Astro Creep were the 2 CDs that were back and forth. Because I remember the first time I heard This Love.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're something so beautiful, and then boom, they hit you. Fucking bah! They hit you so hard.
And then the slow down beat breakdown at the end. Like,
Hollow.
Yeah.
So besides Alanis Morissette, you're all rock.
Yeah,
hard rock.
I still got my number 1.
Well,
okay.
I was wondering if you were gonna. I was wondering if you were gonna say Cowboys or not, because that was 1990, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but Vulgar was a different level.
It was.
Yeah,
it was a new level.
Yeah, of confidence and power.
So I had heard.
Because they did there and they took it up there.
So I was younger when that came out. So you know, I was born in '87. So, but I remember. So this is how I got into Pantera. So I remember hearing. I heard Cemetery Gates or something. Yeah, it was Cemetery Gates. And I remember him hearing the end where he's like doing that crazy falsetto stuff.
Cowboys,
and so that's what I thought Pantera was.
Yeah.
And then I started
I
started dating this girl, and I went over to her house, and her older brother.
What's his name?
Me.
The boyfriend.
It was me.
No. Yeah. So I was dating his sister, and I remember going over to his house.
Oh, yeah,
children.
that's right. There's some
We were
midget.
little
the midget
children.
named
I was
Bridget.
like 14, and I remember going in there, and you gave me a bunch of CDs. I don't know if you remember this.
I do,
Guttermouth was
actually.
one we eventually opened
Oh,
for them,
yeah,
which is
weird.
crazy.
Foreshadowing.
It was like Guttermouth and like Twisted and like, which of course Twisted. But you also gave me
Stupid Juggalo.
You gave me Cowboys from Hell. You gave me Vulgar Display of Power.
Primus record.
Yeah, it
Sailing
was,
through the seas of cheese.
No, it wasn't cheese. It was
Tales from the Punch Bowl.
Punch Bowl. Yeah, Great Southern Trendkill and Reinventing the Steel. You
Yeah.
gave me 4 Pantera.
I
records.
gave
That's
him my whole
2001.
Pantera. Well, because I had doubles of all that.
Yeah.
Too.
So he
those
gave
are
me
my
all
stuff.
4 of those, and up to that point, I'd only heard like 1 or 2 Pantera songs. I think I heard Walk, you know.
Yeah.
But so I was getting ready to go through them. And I remember Vulgar just looked cool, so I
Yeah.
put that in first.
Yeah.
And it came on, with New Level and like everything, and like the whole
Mouth for War.
or Mouth for War is how it opened. And I just remember like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is this?
exactly.
I was like 13
It's the same
or
thing I have
something.
with Metallica.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And I was like, this band is way heavier than I thought they
Oh,
were,
yeah.
Okay, so our camera died. A little bit of technical difficulties. But anyway, so yeah, we were talking about Pantera. But anyways, we are all
That was
the way
my
up
number
to
2. That was my
Jesse's number 1.
Pantera Vulgar Display of Power, which is another thing that was funny about the album cover where they just paid a guy $20 off the street to punch him in the face like 30 times.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good enough. Ah.
It's a great picture.
I
I feel like we did that. We did that at a...
The cover. You
Yeah, I
seen
remember the story. I remember the cover. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened. They're trying to think of doing the cover, and they went outside the streets of the studio, and they were like, "Hey, we'll pay you to punch you in the face." He's like $20 to get this album, this shot. He didn't know what it was, and they punched him like 15 times trying to get it right.
We did that one time at no, I think it was only one. Kibbles punched who was it?
Oh yeah,
Jason
X.
Jones.
Chasing
that's it.
Dones.
Name dropping.
Yeah, Chasing Dones.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's horrible. He wanted to play my bass, and we were all drunk. And I'm like, should I let a drunk person
No.
play my bass? And everyone,
No.
I was like, no. Everyone was like, but I want to punch somebody too because I'm pissed that night.
You're like,
So
you can play my bass so I can
bass.
punch you in the face. I have it on
Yes.
video. Yeah. It's just,
That shit rhymed.
yeah, I
That shit
punched, so I
rhymed.
punched him out. Sorry.
yes.
I should have let you play my bass. Music, it should be for everyone. Sorry for punching you in the face. Next time I probably would have kicked you in the balls or something nicer.
True. All right,
Something
my,
less embarrassing.
So number 1?
my number 1, The Chronic, Dr. Dre.
Of course it is.
there you
I
go.
figured it would be.
Because
yeah.
I memorized that whole fucking
What
album.
year was it? You're not telling us the years of that record.
That was 92. Everything's early except for Alanis Morissette is 96. Sublime is 96. Metallica is 91. Pantera is 93.
I wrote all the
Chronic
years
is
on mine.
90.
I wrote all the years on mine,
I didn't
too.
write year. I just knew it's in the 90s. Just write
Yeah.
the year. As long as it's in the
Gotcha.
90s, who gave a shit?
I just like to know the year, man.
The Chronic.
Yeah, The Chronic with Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
and I loved it too because Eazy-E got paid for that too, even though he got punked out by Suge Knight, to sign
Well,
over Dre.
That's why he died.
Yeah.
She never got paid for that one.
Yeah.
But that's my top 5.
That's a good list.
That's your top 5?
Yeah, that's my top 5.
So what was it
Good
again?
list.
You got Alanis.
Alanis Morissette, Sublime, Metallica, Pantera, Dr. Dre.
Nice.
Album names.
The
is the
Chronic,
albums.
Vulgar Display of Power, Black Album, Self-Titled, Jagged Little Pill.
But Jack Little Pill's number 1 now? I was kidding. No.
Well, yeah, I got you.
In my
It's
heart.
a good list. Did
In
you
my
have any
heart.
honorable mentions written down?
I had White Zombie,
Yeah.
Astro Creep. What was the other one I had? Korn, the self-titled Korn.
All ones that almost made it.
94, I think
Yeah.
that was. If you went goddamn year.
Yeah. 93?
Astro
93,
Creep.
I do believe.
Astro
Maybe
Creep,
93.
Astro Creep was 96, I think, too.
Yeah.
I think. It was all mid-early 90s. I didn't... In the Limp Bizkit, $3 Bill, y'all, that was 98.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good honor.
$3
That's one of my honorable
97.
mentions.
Is it 97? It's around there.
Yeah,
Around
because
97,
Significant
97.
Other was 99.
I didn't put no...
All right, so
Gay
mine's
Cold Chamber.
going to be a little different. Cold Chamber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's going to be a little different. So, yeah, I don't have any of them that you have in your top 5.
Okay.
They are all on my honorable mentions,
Nice. Hell
though.
yeah.
So, let's see.
That's why we're in a band together.
Yes. Let's see. So,
Maybe.
maybe. Number 5,
5.
Refused.
Oh, the art of paint.
The Shape of Punk to Come,
yes.
a chimerical abomination in 12
I
bursts.
love that video. That's such a good video.
1998. So,
Damn, was that late?
yeah. So, but was it really that late? Because it was early for the genre.
True.
So, like, they call it the Shape of Punk to Come, and they literally shaped the punk of the shape
way
of
to
punk to
come,
come.
yeah.
Like, even though they were kind of weird about it, but like all the post-hardcore stuff that came out in like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, like were all this. Like they inspired an entire genre, which is insane to me.
Like Norma Jean, that kind of style.
Well, all of that stuff. Thursday,
Yeah.
Thrice, probably Brand New, probably
Yeah.
like any of that post-hardcore.
Cold.
Glassjaw. Cold wasn't post-hardcore.
I know how much you love
all
Cold.
of those bands that came out like right around the late 90s, early 2000s, like this album was the first to do it. And like when it came out, like nobody freaking got it. And they're just like, what is this? Because they mixed like metal with hardcore, with like energetic
Screamo.
stuff, with like.
So they invented Screamo,
drum-
basically.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, they invented
but there was like
Screamo.
drum and bass influence. There was jazz on it.
Oh, yeah.
Like they did a lot of EDM stuff. And it was so weird. But like the album as a whole, like it works. Like it's such a crazy album. So yeah, so Refuse, The Shape of Punk to Come. I always forget that it actually has a chimeric abomination in 12 bursts. That's the subtitle. Just artsy fartsy shit. But anyways, yeah, great freaking album.
The video is good too. Where they put on the hat or the heads on, and they're like playing drums.
But yeah, so a lot of people don't know Refuse. Go check out Refuse because they're great.
Good band.
Number 4, Weezer.
Ooh,
Pinkerton.
Blue. Ooh, Pinkerton.
So Pinkerton was like
99, right?
No, 96.
96.
1996, Pinkerton. So it was the second album right after the Blue album in 94. So I remember hearing the Blue album because, Buddy Holly and, the Sweater Song and Say It Ain't So and all those. But then when I heard Pinkerton, it was like, that's what got me into like emo. Like it was the first thing I ever heard that was like vulnerable and like this guy's just like
Hawthorne Heights.
Hawthorne Heights was probably more like by Refused, but yes. But Weezer was like emo before emo was emo. Like it was just like Rivers just writing songs about his breakup and stuff, and like the way he did it, he was so straightforward about it, but at the same time he was so I could just cut you off.
Brood Witch.
I could just cut you from off, like put the camera on one of us. You don't have to lean every time. But
that's the cue to cut to you.
But it was but Pinkerton was just on another level to me, and it still is. Like I still listen to that record all the time. It's just and it's not like overly complicated. Like some of the stuff, like my brain has gotten to the point where like I need technical stuff to keep not being bored from music now. I was talking about that the other day. Like I need to listen to like mathcore and grindcore because like slow stuff bores me.
See, I listened more Smashing Pumpkins than I did Weezer back in the day.
Yeah, so Siamese Dream. Yeah, Siamese Dream was like my number 6. That's going to be on honorable mentions.
Yeah.
That was
That's a good album.
It floated in out of my top 5.
Yeah,
and
that's like my Astro Creep.
So all right, so number 3,
woo,
Alice in Chains, Dirt.
Ooh,
there you go.
Yeah, 1992. So
it's a good album. That was the We Die Young, the first song. And
that was
on the wall.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
We Die Young. That's not on that.
That's on Facelift.
That's Facelift.
Yeah.
Facelift, yeah.
I was confused those.
Dirt is like Them Bones. It's got
Damn That River.
Yeah. Sick Man.
Godsmack.
Sick Man.
Yeah. It's just Wood is on that record. Like,
I always confuse songs with Facelift off.
Like all their best songs are on
Dirt
there.
is like
Down in the Holes and down there. Yeah, it's all on there.
But it's just so Junkhead. That's one of my all-time favorites.
There you go.
That album is just so dark. I love that. Like it was the darkest of any of the grunge stuff, and it was.
I don't consider it grunge though.
It was closer to metal stuff.
Grunge. Yeah, I never considered.
But they're from Seattle, so everybody thought that.
It's because it was their music that everyone started classifying as grunge.
Even Soundgarden, I didn't consider it grunge.
It was because their music was what classified grunge. It was all the crap that came after them that got grungy. All the people who started wearing flannel shirts and ripped up jeans and
doing heroin.
Hold on. So you don't consider Alice in Chains or Soundgarden grunge? No. What do you consider grunge? Just Nirvana?
Mudhoney.
Well, Mudhoney, yeah.
Pearl Jam.
Sonic Youth.
Pearl Jam was around the same time.
Youth is
but I still feel like they're
Sonic Youth.
They're more like shoegaze.
I think more punk, that pop punk scene. Anything pop punk or that pop punk, but sub punk, sub pump, whatever that shit was.
I don't know.
I consider that. That's all grunge.
It's grunge adjacent.
Yeah,
but it's just it's
like I saw Soundgarden as a rock band and Alice in Chains as a metal band.
Yeah, I can see it. They're definitely the most metal.
When I was a kid, I used to say they were metal.
STP is grunge.
That's post-grunge.
That's
grunge. But that's grunge in my eyes.
Purple didn't come out until like 94, 95. Like grunge had already been gone by then. It's post-grunge.
What's that little girl song he did with Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Sour Girl?
Sour Girl, yes.
That was way later. That was like 2000.
That was 2000 something on the
number 4.
Yeah, the 4 record.
Which Core and Purple were both on my honorable mentions too. Those were both up in there.
I even like what is it? Tiny Music.
Tiny Music's great. Yeah.
Lady Picture Show.
Never got into Pearl Jam.
Girlfriend.
No, that's STP.
No, I never got into Pearl Jam.
Yeah,
I love
that's
Pearl Jam.
grunge.
I love
Yeah,
Pearl Jam.
that's what I was thinking. Was like grunge was like Pearl Jam. They're kind of on the coattails of those guys too, and hung out with them. I mean, like, Temple of the Dog was
It
a
all
thing.
it all came from Mother Love Bone. Like the entire scene did. Like,
Even Nirvana, I always thought was like a watered down version of grunge. Like the easy version of grunge.
but Nirvana,
like Color in My Paper.
something that
No,
sounds-
about
Bleach is
later.
Glee.
but something that sounds like Nirvana now, would you consider that grunge? That sounds so much different. It's like straight chords and like noise and yelling compared to like Soundgarden and Alice
It's
in
more
Chains,
punk
which have
rock.
so
It's
many
more punk rock
melodies.
now.
and-
Nirvana is more punk rock.
See, that's the
now.
whole thing.
So how can you loop them together? is
The whole
what I'm
thing
saying.
about grunge to me is similar to like new metal. It's like it was more of a time period and an area rather than a specific sound. Just like you can listen to Korn and System of a Down, they're both considered new metal. They don't
It's
sound
true.
anything alike.
That's true.
See what I
That's
mean?
true.
So grunge is more of like
Slipknot.
it's more of a
The Mushroom Head.
yeah, but grunge is more of like that. It's if you were on the West Coast, you were in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest in the late 80s, early 90s, you're a grunge band.
Sorry, I differ. Number 2.
So number 2, 1994, Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral.
Really? Wow. Really? I didn't know you were
That's
like
interesting.
Peter Steele and Typo Negative and shit like
No,
that.
no, I don't. So here's the crazy thing. So I don't. I hate Typo Negative.
Really?
I hate Ministry.
But you love
I
Nine
hate,
Inch Nails.
I hate Industrial.
That's crazy. But you love Nine Inch Nails.
I love Nine Inch Nails.
Weird.
Pretty Hate Machine is one of my favorites, but that was 80s, obviously.
I can see
But
because he's more like he did kind of make it more popular, like the industrial.
he did. It's more like rock stuff and like.
because I was more Manson than Nine Inch
see,
Nails.
I just wasn't
I like
like
Manson. The
it's
Spooky
okay.
Kids were awesome. I thought. Yeah.
But like the thing is, like it was the first time that I like ever. Again, my mom was big in Nine Inch Nails, so
Really?
she used to jam
Okay,
Downward
nice.
Spiral. That was like one of
Down
her.
and
It was one of her
She likes
favorite.
the sounds. You could dance to the sounds.
My mom was not.
That's
a
why my
dancer.
mom. Well, I know, but you could like
She's a
wash the
necromancer.
dishes and grew to it. They
She
don't
li-
dance, but they grew.
She liked the Downward Spiral because of
The
that.
sound-
It was
the-
so angsty. It was
yeah.
angry. Like she was angry around
Dark.
then, apparently.
Well, she's the one that introduced you to good music,
Yeah.
anyways.
Exactly.
She took me to my first concert at like Ozfest.
Nice.
Ozfest 01 was my first show.
Oh, nice.
And she got me VIP to meet Linkin Park. And at the time,
Nice.
Linkin Park was like,
Oh,
Hybrid
yeah.
Theory had
Yeah,
just come
yeah,
out.
yeah.
It was like I was idolizing them. At the
What's his
time,
name?
you know?
Mike Shinoda was dyeing his hair red still.
Yes,
at the time.
yes, it was.
I remember that they spike. They're all spiking blonde, red,
I remember
and blonde.
it weirded me out because like I was like 13 and I went up and I met Chester and he was wearing a long red wig. He only wore it for I don't know if it was just for the signing or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know who this guy is because I've been looking at him on the back of the CD
Yeah,
and stuff.
blonde
I'm like,
hair,
who's this
yeah.
guy? And then it wasn't until afterward that I realized he was wearing a wig. Like I was just a stupid
That's so
kid.
weird.
I was like, was that Chester? I don't even know.
Why would he do that?
He had like sunglasses and a long red wig.
He didn't
on.
want to be noticed.
It was no. He was at a table meeting fans. It was super weird.
Yeah, that happened to me after Skankfest.
Yeah.
It's like I went home. It's like, oh, I talked to that guy and that guy.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know. I didn't know
But
these guys were famous.
The other thing about the Downward Spiral to me was like it was the first time that I ever. Maybe it was obviously like The Wall and stuff where like there were concept albums, but like this was the first one that I ever like got the story for. You know what I mean? Because like it's a concept album about a guy is in his literal downward spiral into like madness, and like pretty sure he kills himself. You know, and then like people say that "Hurt" at the end was like, which is not a Johnny Cash song. Johnny Cash covered Nine Inch Nails.
But I like the Johnny Cash version better.
Even Trent Reznor likes Johnny Cash version better. But "Hurt" at the end,
We
of
all have girlfriends back there.
but at the end of the album, like people actually say that like the character actually. He kills God, I guess, and then he
Yeah.
kills himself, and then "Hurt" is like his soul, like his soul literally like leaving his body. Or
It's a
something.
Romeo and Juliet story, but with
But I just
God.
remember like as I was a brooding teenager, I was angsty, and I remember like diving deep into the early internet, back in the day, like GeoCities shit. I remember reading stories about the stories in the songs, and then listening to the songs. And like trying to put together the story of this guy going crazy and like killing himself and shit, and it was just like, it just really stuck with me. And so like I've been but
fucking psycho.
you should have known this was gonna happen.
No, number one.
But pretty Hate Machine, I probably actually like even more. But it was 80s, so. But
True.
the Downward Spiral is just such a
Was it
fucking
80s?
cool. Yeah, it was like 87, 88.
Oh, damn.
Maybe
You're my
89,
perfect
maybe
drug,
89.
Maddie.
You are the perfect drug.
But then the Fragile came out too. The
Yes.
Fragile is on my honorable mentions. That was like 98, 99.
Is that
That
the one
was
with
later.
Starsuckers on it with Manson?
No, that was. No, yeah, it was because that's
With the weird-
The
yeah.
Fragile had two. It was a double disc eventually. But anyways, so my number one, 1997, Deftones Around the Fur.
Nice.
Was that any guys that know?
Yeah,
at all?
I was wondering where your Deftones
I didn't find
was.
Deftones till later, after Korn.
See, I didn't know if this was going to be like the most important to us or the most important to the genre. We weren't more
It's a combination, I feel like. It's our goats, just like we did with comedy. So like for
Well, I
me,
definitely did that.
obviously, I mean, I didn't discover the Deftones till 2000, so I was
I'm pretty
young
sure
in the
you
90s.
didn't discover
I didn't discover any of this shit.
I was in
until-
high school and shit.
No. The record
I learned
label
to get
guys
pussy.
discovered them. Man. You didn't do shit.
I discovered them. I called Madonna, was like, hey, sign them to Maverick Records. They were on Madonna's
These
record
guys are
label
great.
originally.
Listen to these bass
Deftones,
lines.
really?
Yeah, their first two
White Pony?
two records. Yeah, no, Adrenaline and Around the Fur both came out on Maverick.
So
which
why
is Madonna's?
So
record
why
label.
do you love the Deftones in this record in particular?
Because he's tone deaf.
So this album, here's what happens. So
Loss of virginity.
MTV2, the year was 2000.
I loved MTV too.
And MTV2 had just launched 2001.
Real World.
But yeah, MTV2 had just launched. But MTV2 was cool because it was like the alternative to MTV because MTV started playing other shows.
It played nothing but
They played
good
nothing but music,
videos.
just music videos.
Music videos.
And I used to flip between MTV2 and VH1 when they would have music blocks. You know, and
That
I was
refused. I'm saying that video. I
New
remember
Noise?
staying up late at night watching that video.
I love pop-up video too. But so anyway, so I remember I was watching just MTV2 block, and then My Own Summer video came on. And I don't know if you've ever seen that video, but they're on like these floating things over like with the water, and there's like sharks swimming underneath them and shit, and it just looks like it looks like a nightmare sequence. And I was like, this is the coolest fucking music video I've ever seen. You know, and I used to watch music videos all the time. I was like, what is this band? It's like Deftones. Like, what is this? What does that mean?
I remember watching that and going,
And-
I like his outfit. And I was like, I want to wear that.
Yeah, I was
like,
like,
his shoes look
he
cool.
looks cool. He looks
Yeah,
like a skater. Like, what is this? He's like a skater. He's screaming, but then he's singing, and I'm like, you can do that in the same song.
Aren't they also like kind of responsible for bringing in like some like Jonathan Davis or is that?
No, they grew up together.
Yeah,
They grew up
Bakersfield,
together.
California.
They used to
but
play
Deftones
local
made
shows
it
together.
first, right?
Yeah.
No, Korn did.
Korn did.
And Korn tried to get Deftones onto their label, and Deftones were like, no, we don't want to use the
somewhere
hotels.
else.
We want to do our own
We
thing.
were going to do Madonna's label instead.
So, yeah, Korn came out in like 93.
Yeah.
Adrenaline, the first Deftones record, came out in 95. So it was not long after. So Korn was basically on a rocket ship, you know, and they were just like, we don't want people to think we only did this because of you guys.
Like Limp Bizkit.
So we want to do our own thing.
They became synonymous with Limp Bizkit all over each other's records and stuff.
Yeah, it was a similar thing. Like they were all friends. They used to, before they were signed, they used to play local shows and stuff. I've seen some flyers online. It's like Korn, Deftones, and like some other bands, and it was like $3 cover like at the skate park, and I'm like, that's so fucking cool. But yeah, so the Deftones, for people that don't know, they're like my all-time favorite band. But so I heard that song, and I was like, what is this song? Well, my uncle Jamie,
Tattoo artist.
You guys know Jamie, yeah. He was like staying in our back room at the time. He was like our guy on the couch. He was living at our house and stuff because he was in between whatever. But anyways, and I remember mentioning it, and he was like, "Oh, Deftones, I know Deftones." And so he burnt me some CDs. He had just got a CD burner, you know, it was still a new technology.
CDR?
Yeah, CDRs.
Oh shit!
So he burnt me some Deftones CDs. So he burnt me. White Pony had just come out, so he burnt me Adrenaline, Around the Fur, and White Pony. He also burnt me like the Crow soundtrack because they were on that City of
That's
Angels.
a good Nine Inch Nails song in there. On that
Which
Crow
one?
soundtrack.
That was I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
I love that song. It's the only Nine Inch Nails song I really dug was the Crow soundtrack.
So he burns me these CDs similar to like when you gave me the CDs. This was like a year before that or something. So he gives me this burns me these CDs, and I still have in my CD case the original burnt copies he gave me, which is
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so I got to find this song. Well, it turns out that My Own Summer is literally the opening track on Around the Fur.
Yeah.
So I grabbed these CDs and I'm like, oh, this one's called White Pony. What is this? And I didn't know anything because the internet wasn't as big as whatever. So I pop in White Pony, and I listened to the whole record, and I'm like, okay, the song wasn't there, but that was a great album. It was like, because again, it was heavy, it was like soft,
Melodical.
it was melodic, it was everything, like everything I liked about music all into one record. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, and it doesn't sound like any other band. Like, they don't sound like anybody else. And so then I was like, okay, well, the next album. So I put in Adrenaline.
Oh shit!
And again, I was like, this is way heavier. What's going on here? I didn't know the order.
They changed their style.
Yeah, and I was like, this is way heavier. I was like, it's all new metal and shit. And he's like rapping and everything. And I'm like, okay. So I listened to that whole thing. My Own Summer's not there. I'm like, okay. But I love both of those. I love both of those albums. So then I pop in the third one, first thing, dunk, dunk, and it goes right into My Own Summer. And I'm like, yeah, there it is. And so then I listened to that record, and then like immediately I was like,
you're like, that's their sound.
I was a fucking
you're
fan.
like, that's their sound.
Yeah.
Like,
And here we are.
That's kind of good. You do listen to it that way.
I know.
Because Around the Fur is basically that's their sound.
It's a mixture of the heavier stuff and the softer stuff. And it's
yes.
to answer your question, that's why it's my favorite, because it's like it's the perfect amalgamation of all their sounds, and like you can get everything from one record. Like it's like a number one, like they say, like, oh, if you're stranded on a deserted island, you only had one album to listen to, it'd be Around the Fur for me. Like just because it's there, but it's also got a lot of my favorite tracks on it. But it was crazy to me. So like literally, I listened to those 3 albums, and then I've been a fanboy ever since. They've been my favorite band for 24 years now. So it's kind of a crazy thing. And everything they've put out since then, I'm like, now they can do no wrong.
No matter what, yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. Let me run through my honorable mentions real quick. I don't have to talk about all of them, but I just want to throw them out there just to let you know what was on my list.
Yes.
So, Rage Against the Machine, self-titled.
Yeah, self-titled, good.
Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream.
Yeah.
Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. It's in this order too. Like I didn't change
That's
it.
my top 5.
Yeah, DMX. It's dark and hell is hot.
Ooh, oh.
Yeah. So I know, like you said, all my shit's rock, but whatever.
Yeah.
I do have DMX on there. Sunny Day Real Estate, Diary.
Nice, yeah.
That one was popping in and out as well. That's some good, like,
Born Under Burden.
Good emo stuff. Nirvana Unplugged, actually, if you consider that a 90s album.
It happened in the 90s, and it's an album I consider
put
a
it
90s
out.
album.
Was it 90s? Yeah.
You guys weren't very specific on it.
It was
or
definitely
rules of
90s,
this.
but the Unplugged is my favorite Nirvana stuff ever. Like it's just
Muddy
so
Banks of
freaking good.
Wishbacall?
Limp Bizkit's Significant Other.
Yeah, I had that.
I was originally thinking $3 Bill, y'all, but Significant Other is like GOAT status in my main.
I like $3.
Korn, self-titled. Eminem, the Slim Shady LP.
Yeah.
Because that
late 90s.
Yeah, so that got me. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about
That's
it.
Dre.
Tool.
Dre.
And Ema.
I'm not a fan of Tool still.
When I heard that record, I remember hearing like the weird time signatures and shit, and just like it blew my mind. I'm just like, what the hell is happening? This is so weird. You know,
So I get
again,
it.
it got me into
it.
proggy stuff.
If
but
you draw diagrams with your music, you open the gate. I get it.
it's okay to say you're not smart enough to understand Tool, bitch.
I don't math good.
It's too smart for me.
I'm just kidding.
I'll listen to Pantera.
Dr. Dre, The Chronic. That one's on there.
Say racist shit. Listen to Pantera.
And the last one, Sublime, self-titled.
Nice.
So literally,
That's
your
my top
entire
5.
list was on my honorable mentions. They were all right there. But
There's a couple on there. I'm surprised you didn't have on there. But that's
that?
oh no.
Okay, they're on yours.
Oh, maybe.
Go ahead.
Because it may be something I didn't think about.
Maybe
I did this list at 1 a.m. last night.
But maybe they're on my honorable
Yes.
mentions.
So mine
that's in
were
my mind.
mine was Refused, Shape of Punk to Come, Weezer, Pinkerton, Alice in Chains, Dirt, Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral, Deftones, Around the Fur. Sorry, my section was way too damn long. I apologize.
That's right.
I'm a nerd about this stuff.
No, we're all nerd about. That's why we're in the band together.
Kibbles.
All right,
Groucho.
All right.
Groucho.
All right. Yeah, my number 5 was Groucho Marx. No, just kidding. That was last.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So Green Day Dookie, number 5.
I did have that on my honorable mentions.
You're Dookie.
I forgot about that one.
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean,
hate Dookie.
a lot of like original punk rockers hate them for what they did to the music, but they're able to make that kind of shit reach my ears.
Mm-hmm.
So if it wasn't for them and that record, in particular as me as a child, then maybe my musical taste would have went somewhere different. Plus, it's a good song.
It's a great album. It still holds up.
Yeah.
Like Green
Yeah,
Day,
the song on
you
there
can say what you want about Green Day today, though, but like Dookie was a fantastic
So you're saying
album.
Billy Joe touched you as a child?
I'd say I'd probably let Billy Joe touch me for some of his money at this point.
Yeah.
If he's got money. If he got the money, you could touch me, honey.
But also that kind of pop punk stuff that everybody hates on is like it's what really got us into other punk. You know, it's like it's,
I thought he was
when you're
Well,
a kid.
if it wasn't for Green Day, I never would have heard Dead Kennedys. I never would have heard the Vandals. I never would have heard all that really awesome stuff.
Because you find out what they're into and then you go from there. Yeah.
Exactly.
I always thought they were British when I first heard them.
Really?
He's like, I'll bite my lips
It's 'cause
and close my eyes.
He's a kid.
Take us
He's
away
like a little-
to paradise.
He's like a little kid during that record, man. They're like young.
I don't know. I always thought he had a British accent.
He had a weird dialect.
Yeah, it was weird. I remember watching it on MTV Longview, that video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Masturbation, lost as fun, y'all.
Case. There was a lot of-
Lazy.
he had quite a few hits off that. That's how they.
That's a great album. I like Kerplunk too.
Yeah.
Both of those.
Yeah, that one didn't get him as far because that was off their like little Lookout Records, a little guy.
I like my punk black flag.
So my number 4 is a Jagged Little Pill and a small set. So
I had it in my top 5. Maybe I should have left it in there.
I mean,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
we're all gay. We're gay for each other.
I
We're
could
so
think of
gay
a
for each
time
other.
in my life.
Great album.
That
It is a good
album made
album.
me realize it was cool to start liking that kind of stuff.
Yeah, true.
So like
That is
it
true.
opened my mind up to like I like a couple Jewel tunes and like opened my mind up to like
I didn't know.
I don't know, softer music, I guess, at a time when like I was being manipulated by Insane Clown Posse and stuff, So
There's some beauty there somewhere. You're like,
it's
there is some beauty in music.
It opened my mind up. I could even stand like Garth Brooks a little bit after that and stuff like that.
I just thought of another honorable mention I should have put on there. Riddlebox by ICP.
Yeah. Well,
like at the time I was 12 years old when I discovered them, and they at the time it was such a cool thing as a kid.
Yeah, Ringmaster is one of my honorable mention. I can't. It made me stagnate in music, so they don't make my top 5.
Yeah.
Because they like when they start talking, and then all these other people all start claiming all this family. Then you only listen to that, and then it's stupid.
I hate juggalos. No offense.
Yeah,
But
well, I still like some old ICP. I still listen to
I'm
Riddle
called
Box.
a juggalo all the time, though.
Well, you look like one more than I do.
Shane Gillis called me a juggalo cunt in Indianapolis.
You look like a juggalo. But Riddle Box is a great record.
So my
still,
number
I don't care.
3.
It's the production.
Are you counting right? Are you
I'm counting right.
Yeah.
I went 5, and this is 4, and I'm
Okay.
going to 3.
Okay.
Number 3. Okay.
All right. Marilyn Manson's Portrait of American Family.
Wow.
There you go.
I didn't see that one
I
coming.
mean, dude,
I
whatever.
did.
That changed
I
a
did.
freaking generation of kids into like little
You will
weirdos
not
with
sedate.
lipstick and freaking
Yeah.
black fingernail
Little goth
polish.
kids.
Little
Who's
goth
that?
kids. It changed the world.
You were into that. You were into that album a lot when I first met
I
you.
love, dude. I
remember
slept
it.
with it all night. This is what I slept to for like 5 years. I think it might be
So
why
you're
I'm
like-
so
that's why your
like,
brain's so
nutty.
fucked up.
So you're laying down and you go, burn the branches.
Exactly. I'm like,
You're like, yeah, because he repeat a lot in the album. I noticed it because I liked,
It's the only problem I have with Marilyn Manson. It's too
yeah,
repetitive.
he's
Yeah.
well, that's his thing. He gets in
especially
your
that
head.
record because they like, once
Yeah,
again
they
young
repeated.
bands. You know what I mean? They did, but those guitar riffs on that
But
record
Antichrist
and the way
is
they
so
put
much
the
better.
sounds in that still wasn't. I don't know. Didn't sound derivative of anything to me.
Because Antichrist was on my honorable mention too. I forgot to
Yeah,
mention.
that's why they got my 3.
Antichrist.
Antichrist is
So
is
good.
classic, but
I love
Portrait
that.
to me was just like
Yeah,
it was way more raw.
I like that. Fuck Frankie.
I mean, come on, Dogma,
I love that. That's a good album though.
Dope
I remember
Hat,
that.
Get Your
Yeah.
Gun, Lunchbox.
I kind of figured it would be on your list.
Willy Wonka themed. Number 2, Sublime.
Nice.
See, we have pretty similar.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
similar
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that one as well.
So Sublime's
You know-
number
you
one
know I
on
love
Dwarf.
that.
The
Maybe.
Dwarf.
It's probably maybe.
Yeah.
But my number 1, I'll just go right to it. I don't
What is
give a
it?
Shit, Scumdogs.
Oh,
For me,
Gore.
Scumdogs of the
I
Universe.
thought that was 80s.
That's
It was 91, wasn't it?
Yeah.
90, 91?
1990.
Yeah.
It solidified me.
Yeah.
I thought it was 88.
No, it was 1990. It solidified me as freaking someone who's going to like metal music and rock music for sure.
88 was Hello, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because they were on the Joan Rivers show. And Joan Rivers is in the late 80s.
it was
Wasn't
1990. I
90s.
did my homework. It was September 1990.
Yeah,
I did the-
Scumdogs was 1990. Yeah. It was because that was like the third.
January 8th, 1990.
Yeah. Oh, so it was literally.
I know
They opened the 90s.
Right, it was 89.
Guar.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was awesome. It was literally, they recorded in 89, so I don't count.
Right.
Yeah, it does. It's
That was
album of the 90s.
Released in the 90s, yeah.
Don't tell me my number 1 don't count. You son of a-
This whole section, we're just going to be bullying Kibbles. A lot of people like that little clip of us bullying you over rock, paper, scissors.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. It's the
Thanks.
best shit ever.
Am I going to be your stepping stone now?
Yes.
Walk on me to
Shut up
achieve
and count
greatness.
right.
You know we love you,
We,
Kibbles.
we can't drink baby's blood cocktails. So look,
Yes, we
are going to have to just make fun of
can.
you, Kibbles, and that's going to be our shtick. Okay. Thank you, I appreciate it, guys.
Did you have any honorable mentions on yours?
Yeah, all types of them. Primus, Frizzle Fry, Antichrist Superstar, Vulgar Display of Power.
Yeah. All the same list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to my list, but
I wrote all my honorable mentions down because I'm like, I'm going to forget all these.
I didn't forget to write mentions.
I probably forgot some, but I think I got most.
Sepultura.
I think my
was
top
on
5
Chaos
was
AD
Did I write
was on
6
one
again?
of those.
See, I thought about doing
Chaos AD because I'm a metalhead and hip. I listen to rap and metal.
I almost
And
put
then Alanis
Meshuggah.
Morissette. Like what people said, it was true.
Ready to Die.
It was true though when when you were
Notorious
young.
B.I.G. in Life After
Oh,
Death.
yeah, Ready to Die.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ready to Die.
Those are important.
But it's true that I never-
Illmatic was going to be on my honorable mentions. I forgot to write it down.
Eminem, the Slim Shady LP.
Yeah.
That's on mine.
That's why you didn't get a honorable mention. That's the one I was thinking of. You didn't
I did.
mention Eminem, did you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Honorable mention.
Oh yeah. So number 1, Dwarf list now.
So it's Alanis
Alanis is
Morissette
on
and
there.
Sublime,
So Alanis Morissette and
for
Sublime.
and then Pantera.
Yeah,
Honorable
yeah,
mentions
Vulgar
for
Display.
everyone.
So okay, what was number 1 then? Or do you want to start from 5?
I say
Number 1 should be what? Alanis Morissette.
Yes. Number 1, Alanis Morissette. Jagged
Dude, the
Little Pill.
90s, I'm telling
number
you.
2, Sublime.
Sublime self-titled. Number
Number
3,
three,
Vulgar Display of
Voice of
Power.
Number 4, I want that Weezer, Pinkerton.
a great
Because that was in and out of my list.
I've listened to it, so accepted.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay, so
then
pick
number
it.
1.
And then 5, Scumdogs.
I feel like for a dwarf list, we got to put Scumdogs
Yeah, I know,
on there,
right? It
Because
has
we're
to.
all
Yeah,
we're more
yeah.
influenced by I'm more influenced by Guar as a band with you guys
Because the
than I am
Metallica,
myself. You know?
if there was no
Gotcha.
war, there'd be no Metallica, right?
I don't know if that's true. If there's no Guar, there probably wouldn't be acceptance to bodily fluids being flung in your face. at a
Exactly,
show.
like Metallica did. Metallica tried to rip them off back in the day.
Yeah.
Remember Load, Reload?
Yeah. See, think about it. Now, if you
Reload the pile driver.
if you went to a Garth Brooks concert, he walked up, moved his guitar to the side, started rubbing one out, and squirted in your
Guar
face.
did it first.
Guar did it first.
Guar
That's what
did it
you would
first.
say.
Guar did it.
Guar did it.
Well, you heard it here first. Guar.
Yes.
Guar influenced Garth Brooks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And Metallica.
So we got Scumdogs, Pinkerton. What do we say?
Sublime? Or no, Pantera. No, Pantera.
Vulgar Display of Power.
Sublime, Lannis.
Jagged Little Pill.
Jagged
Who
Little
would ever guess Jagged Little Pill be number one on a dwarf list? Honestly, people that don't know us are probably like,
And Dave,
what?
Dave Coulier, dude.
Yeah, of course. We do love
Uncle Joey, man.
Bob Saget.
That's
R.I.P. Bob Saget.
Anything to connect Bob Saget will do it.
All right, guys, I think we're out of time here. Thanks for tuning in to the Outhouse Super Show. And this is episode 4. Stay tuned for episode 5 next week. And
Love you.
Yep. Bye.
Shop@house.com.
Yeah, go to shop@house.com. Bye.
You draw trouble like an outhouse draws flies. Outhouse.
Oh, look, an indoor outhouse.
Been an outhouse that didn't stink that bad.
40 yards to the outhouse.
Both brothers be having them an outhouse.